Welcome everyone to episode 326 of Just Joshing. I am your host Joshua Pantellaresco. I write stuff and podcasts too. Today, Jonathan Himann joins the podcast. John is a freelance writer and he has actually made an effort in the last year to make a living doing it, and we talk about that and much more. So this is a little bit unique in the sense that I don't really deal with freelance writing very much, but we have a really great talk here, and even after the year we continued it. It was a really, really cool and educational conversation, and I hope you guys take the time to listen to this. John's a good dude. I've known him for years, and I'm happy he's succeeding. I really, really am. All right, let's just get to that conversation, and we'll talk more once the episode airs.
Think you have what it takes to survive? Then get your ass to Mars. Get Your Ass to Mars is the latest simulation sensation courtesy of Indie Imprint. You are pitted against the hostile nature of Mars. Can you survive and pave the way for future colonists? Or will you succumb to the many pitfalls and obstacles in your way? Get Your Ass to Mars, the Dragon Edition, is available now on PC and Steam. Go to indieimprint.com for more details.
So, this is what we've done here. Ladies and gentlemen, you do hear a football game in the background, but really that's not the important part. The important part is I'm with Jonathan Himann, who right now is trying not to smile too broadly here. So John, my first question always when I do these is if you have anything incriminating you'd like to say, make it good.
I'll do my very best.
Okay. All right. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. This year I took the leap into making a living through writing, period. Actually somewhat surprised that I've managed to do that.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
So what was your master plan?
Oh boy.
I know, I'm trying to make
my
you sound...
master plan was to first network with friends. It started off with a student who recommended me to a client in Shanghai, and I spent 6 months writing educational video scripts for them, and that was really eye-opening for me, because before that I would not have suspected anybody would have paid for writing. I was under the impression that writing paid very poorly, but I was wrong. Writing is like every profession.
It is.
It's very few people, 1% make a living at any given profession. Like 1% of people who play hockey make a living at it, even less than that. So those who are skilled at writing and have a good reputation can make a living at it.
Absolutely.
And I didn't connect that to me and my writing skills.
Why?
I was afraid of the risk.
Really?
Yeah. And it's turned out not to be that big a risk.
No. It's right. Well, sometimes it's funny how life works, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to take a big leap myself.
Oh, you are a brave man.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because, for me, like I've said this on a couple of times, I've just hit that point where I can't grow here personally anymore. Yeah. Right? I mean, short of me meeting somebody, falling in love, and getting married, there's nothing really, like, here for me.
Oh, your target audience is larger other places.
Absolutely.
And you need to go with that.
Absolutely. No, totally. That's part of it. It's just, I've learned the value of being uncomfortable. But literally right this minute, because I'm about to do this today. And I'm going about approximately 2 months, probably maybe a little less, maybe a little longer, but approximately 2 months. I'm coming in, like, I'm still catching up on all the things I need to catch up on here before I go. I'm still like I'm in the middle of the struggle, right? Yeah. So today, right this minute, I'm having like these second doubts. Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I crazy?
You are doing the right thing for you now, and you're not crazy. It's not that big a risk if you sit back and look at it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But it does mean I have to get out of that comfort zone I built for myself, and we all do that.
How many of these do you have? Almost 300?
As of right now, 288. I'll be 289 tonight.
You're well out of most people's comfort zone.
Yeah. Well, no, okay. If we're talking strictly on the podcast level of things, I have proven to myself, I think beyond any reasonable amount, I have a reward in there. I make money off the podcast, not a ton of money yet, but I'm making money off it, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
You are doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. You know, I want to do better, but I'm doing okay. And I know the more I keep doing this, the more. Look, I got to figure out how to send a CD to the Netherlands this week. That's a.
Why do you have to send a CD?
Because they won. I do a giveaway every week on my podcast, and someone puts their email, and I go, "Congratulations, you won!" And then it's like,
you just put it. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I'm sure, but I'm just saying, like those are my life problems. Right?
They could be worse.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, but I mean, just taking abroad, just the fact that where we're talking about the big picture, this isn't a big risk, right? It's me making the decision to struggle for about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
But at the end of that struggle,
you'll be fine.
I'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's what I'm about to go through, and I'm looking forward. Obviously looking forward to it. I'm obviously scared of it at the same time, right? It's the momentum now at this point to start rolling. But yeah, I mean, writing, if you were to sit there and think about it, on one hand, isn't really a risk at all either. We are in the world of intellectual property.
Yeah.
That means writing right now is more in demand than it ever has been. And it's actually anything, it'll keep growing.
There is a giant international market for good writers. And I've gotten nothing but positive feedback from my clients in the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Saying, you did a great job on this. This is fantastic. Oh my God, your writing's great. So I think my biggest issue is growing the brand.
Yeah.
And learning a little bit more about which niche I want to eventually slot into.
So let's ask the big brand question and a hard, tough personal question.
Okay.
Who is Jonathan Himann? Because I think a sale has three parts to an equation. Just so I'm asking it. Who you are, what do you offer, why should I care?
The best compliment I've ever received is make the people around you better.
Good.
So if you're looking at a soundbite, that is who I am, that's who I am. Let's see, what do I offer? I offer good, high quality text at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Done quickly with good research. It'll come out the way you want it. It will improve your brand, and you will have a better reputation afterwards. Why should you care? Because reputation is income.
Absolutely.
If you have a good reputation and the people in that community or your target audience value you, you will never run out of people willing to purchase your product.
Absolutely.
That's basically what writing is.
Yep.
Writing is, if you're a novelist, you're writing to improve your own reputation. If you're a website designer, your reputation is building other people's reputation. If you're a ghostwriter, it's the same thing. You're selling somebody else's reputation.
Yeah.
But your reputation is built on the ability, all of those reputations are built on the ability you're good at this.
Yeah.
Good at writing. And after a decade of teaching communications, after an English degree, creative writing certificate, and 30 years of basically avoiding trying to write for a living, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. Why avoid it? Why did you avoid it?
Why did I avoid it? I was a little too focused on making the world a better place. Like, I did a lot of volunteering with unions. I taught for a long time.
I know, but I know people who teach.
Yeah.
Who also write, right?
Oh. The teaching workload was just overwhelming.
Yeah. No, it's fair. I'm just bringing this. I'm trying to understand where you are.
I didn't think society valued writing very much. I didn't think it was a pass, go down. And I changed my mind because when I was teaching, people were paying me to write, and it took about 6 months to go, I can do this for a living?
Yes.
I can. That's
Yes.
awesome.
And high five on that. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
No, I'm like I say, not every part of the writing industry is necessarily what people would consider the sexy parts of writing. Like everybody thinks novels, screenplays, or scripts of some kind. But I mean, there's lots of other writing. There's writing for web content. There's writing for video games. There's writing for like commercial stuff.
Yeah.
Right. There's also teaching modules.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. And then I'm scratching the surface. If you actually sit there and think about it,
Everything is writing.
yeah.
Everything involves writing in some sort. Like, I was headhunted as a candidate to write curriculum last month. I've written copy for so many websites at this point. It's almost second nature now. The only real difference with copy is website copy is they give you some keywords they want you to use.
Yeah.
But you throw those in there and you write what makes this person better. And your reputation grows with that.
So when you do ads, like, do you like get together with your clients and just have like a conversation, or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They know what the value proposition is better than I do.
Yeah.
And then you just get them to talk you through it, take some notes, and then you write 1,000 words with 50 or 60 words of notes. Because if they say, for example, our beer is better because it has a dark chocolate coffee taste. If I can pull that apart and write 1,000 words from that. A little bit of research on what the tastes are like and who likes those tastes, and you run with that. It's
You're still essentially writing. You're writing to an audience, basically.
well, it's still creative writing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're writing to a target audience that you think will enjoy it. The hardest part is defining who wants it.
So that actually was where I was about to go.
Mm-hmm.
You're very much then into niche at this point. Like, what are the niches of who's going to be interested in what my client wants?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're learning that stuff.
Yeah.
And the ways to make real money at it are, one, you get good at getting traffic to the website, and then you get good at writing things that people will then pay for. Because story adds value. There's this journalist from New York, a decade ago, he bought things at garage sales for $2, and then he had his writer friends add 100-word blurb to it, put it on eBay, and he ended up making $2,000 on $102 items because of the story that added value to it. And that's what copy is. You're just writing a story that people can recognize is valuable. Like Nike socks aren't valuable. The fact that Nike socks make you a better person, that's valuable. That Guinness beer isn't valuable. Irish is.
Yeah.
Because we are animals that live on story.
Absolutely.
And the story indicates value to us, whereas the phone, which is a black rectangle on in front of us, does not look that valuable.
No. But if I say it's a tricorder from the 24th and a half century, then we have a story.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And now it becomes valuable.
Yes.
You have to add that, and the words for it are tags, or what do they call them? Snippets.
Yes.
Or stuff like that. And they want you to add value with 160 characters.
Yep.
That's the skill people pay for. Pay $10,000
Yeah, because it means the world. It's life. It's the difference between it stays on the shelf or it goes away.
Yeah, it's success or failure.
So, do you like it?
Oh yeah, I love writing. Writing is the closest thing to magic we have.
Yes.
And I can change your word with 160 characters.
Absolutely.
1,000 words, and your brain chemistry permanently changes after reading it. So you as a person have permanently changed after you've read these words. And that psychology of things is...
You should actually be teaching that when Words Collide one of these years.
Yeah, it's how does this word change what you think? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be...
No, I'm saying because you haven't... Writers, I can just speak from experience. Yeah. I've interviewed a lot of writers on the other end. Super creative people.
Yeah.
They don't think in these terms.
No, reading is social hacking. Reading is literally changing the brain chemistry of your brain. So you have to choose who you want to be, and then you read the stuff that makes you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And very few people understand even that cell phones release dopamine just by touching them, and that changes who you are.
Absolutely.
So how do you use that fact to hack the world?
Yeah.
Because that's what you're doing when you're writing.
Writing is hacking.
What is it?
So what's your hacking code name?
Oh, probably Musketeer.
Musketeer?
I'm the Musketeer.
Okay. Which one?
Oh, D'Artagnan?
Okay, that's what I thought you'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All for one, one for all?
All for one and one for all, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that a little too strongly.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's too strong? Like why?
For a large portion of my life, I pushed trying to make other people better. That was a career for me for a long time. And now I'm focusing a little bit more on me.
Which is not a bad thing.
No. But I may have left me behind a little bit.
So one of the biggest things I've learned in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I have to work better at taking care of me.
Oh yeah.
But
it's hard.
It's hard. No, it really is. And there are some days. I mean, I know I'm probably about another year and a half away from going back to keep working on my teeth.
Yeah.
Right. This is good. This is good.
No. Let's rephrase that. That is utterly fantastic.
Yeah. No, but again, it's a process, right?
Oh, totally.
Right. And I know that this process is going to go probably into my mid-40s.
Yeah.
Right. That's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Right. I accept that. But getting to that point was not easy.
No, and being happy when I wake up in the morning.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. And being productive during the day. Those are valuable things to me.
We all need them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We all do. We all need to find those things that make us go, I'm happy to be alive. I actually have a belief that joy is rebellion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Joy is rebellion. And I go to my day job right now in joy, partly because I know what's happening there.
Yeah.
But also in part that I realize that's how I truly fight the system. As long as there's joy, I'm in control.
Yes.
I'm in control.
And a lot of people want you to give that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And I won't. I'm just right. Anger is good to a point. Anger can make that catalyst towards change.
Yeah. But it's also toxic after a while.
Absolutely. You can't live on anger.
Mm-mm.
But you can live on joy.
Yes.
Right.
Happiness. You can even live on peace.
Yes.
But anger is going to kill you.
Yeah. Happiness I feel is harder though, because happiness there's always that sense of expectation, right?
Well.
No. Just hear me out.
Yeah.
right? Buying a car would make me happy, right? You're smiling, right? But now I want to be happy again. Well, I've already had that bar set with the car.
Yeah.
Right? How do I top that? I feel like the difference between happiness and joy, or peace. Joy and peace aren't that far apart, actually, to be perfectly honest. Right? Is happiness is always about trying to constantly achieve a bar. And by the way, I'm not saying you shouldn't go for happiness, but just be aware that happiness is a bit of an imposter in the sense that there's always that little sense of there's always the topping that high you've already felt. Whereas joy or peace, it's not about those. It's not about the high.
Yeah.
It's about the feeling in the moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because solely chasing happiness can leave you disappointed.
Yes.
But having a plan, executing the plan, and being happy at the same time allows you to do that plan better.
Yes.
But if happiness is your only goal, it is one that is easy to fail at.
Absolutely. And a lot of people do. That's why they get angry, and then it goes down to this wonderful cycle of yes. That's right.
Yeah.
That's how you can turn a human being into a Wile E. Coyote.
But Wile E. Coyote is not somebody you really want to be.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
Although it has its moments of brilliance, for sure.
Totally.
Yeah, right. Also, might be the toughest thing I've ever seen on television. Maybe.
Oh.
Yes.
They also edit it these days.
I know.
It's like, dude. Yeah.
No, I'm just old enough to remember the quote-unquote barbaric times, right? I'm just old enough, and
yeah. Then don't watch the old Eddie Murphy special.
Oh, I love the old Eddie Murphy specials.
They're a little unpolitically correct.
Yeah, no. I think the tragedy of our era is actually comedy, because comedy was good at really making people uncomfortable and being offensive, but also pointing things out that needed to be pointed out.
But so there are fewer things you can point out.
Yes, it's an unfortunate thing, because in one sense, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say, hey, let's pick on people. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is comedy was an amazing tool for social issues.
Oh, it still is.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Well, John Oliver and The Daily Show are good examples of that.
Yeah.
The Beaverton is a fantastic example of that.
I haven't actually seen the Beavertons yet.
Oh, I'm thinking of the things they write online.
Okay, I have to look them up.
They do The Onion.
The Onion's hilarious.
They do a very good job of sarcasm.
Yes.
In those areas, pointing out, and now the Beaverton is on CBC.
Yeah.
Like that blows me away.
It happens. I mean, like you do things long enough. And I speak from my own experience.
Yeah.
Doors open in weird spots.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, I got to interview Spider Robinson last year, which is like that's cool. Which led to me getting published in On-Spec for that very same thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't the goal. But that's what happened, right? Right.
How are you marketing?
Actually, right now, very organically. Actually, yeah, very organically. Is my approach has always been the fact that my show's unique. If you've listened to it, right, there's nothing like it on the air, right? Yeah. 1, 2. So my goal. So even my whole branding marketing strategy. My whole goal is to stand out.
Yes.
That's my whole goal.
Yeah, you stand out.
Yeah.
Even just the thumbnail stands out.
Yeah. But I mean, but what I'm saying, right? I stand out, but not just in my podcast, how I execute my podcast, but also how I execute my books. You saw the cover.
It's very eye-catching, absolutely.
Right? You heard the plot of the story.
Yeah, it's very eye-catching.
Yeah.
Brain-catching?
Brain-catching. You were smiling. You were laughing a little bit at some of the things I was talking about.
It's very much you.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't try to be... I decided that my approach, my values were going to be authenticity, standing out, and offering an alternative.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh, absolutely. You're filling a niche that isn't filled.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm doing. There's nobody like me.
No.
Right? So I've been organically catching on, just the people I've interviewed, just like they've spread the word.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, one of the things I did not do this year that I wanted to get more into, but again, it's one of the other reasons I'm moving, is I didn't find any source of where I could advertise non-organically, right? Just like more like that's more of a standard advertising thing that people would catch on.
You mean like Google or Facebook or something?
Yeah, something like that. But just I haven't figured it and that's gonna be some trial and error. Yeah, but that's the one thing I didn't get to this year. But I'm kind of in this weird spot is. I've already hit money. Now it's about taking everybody out of a crude, just keep sharing, because eventually, at 300 episodes, I am a sponsored paid podcast. I am an award-winning podcaster. I have made contacts all over the world.
Awesome.
Right? It's been 300 episodes. Where will I be at 400?
You'll be a lot further than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's it, right? Where will I be at 500?
Further than that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the So, I've been letting it kind of grow slow. Could I have grown this maybe a little quicker? Possibly.
The problem is when you're a sole proprietor, time is an issue.
Yeah.
You just don't have the time to make it happen.
Yeah, but again, as I keep going deeper and deeper down this road, right,
you'll get there.
I'll get there just fine. I'm watching. The honest reason I'm leaving the Vancouver is this: my day job no longer. The habits that are getting in the way now. Come from that job.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Like I go to work and I go, man, I could be doing this at home.
Yeah.
I could be talking to these people.
Well, it's not even that. Okay, like the other, again, professionally, like upping my appearance in terms of clothes and I work in a dirty place. I just work in a very dirty place. Me wearing nice clothes there? No, right?
Yes, I totally understand. Like a collared shirt, that sort of stuff. Even the managers there don't wear that stuff.
They do, but they're in their offices. They're not actually
on the floor,
right? So, but that's the thing, right? If you look at it strictly from that point of view, I'm in a dirty place. And so the habits I need to reinforce to take better care of myself are actually discouraged.
Oh, totally.
Right. Yeah.
You set your goals for the future.
Yeah.
You know what they are, and you're starting to say, this isn't good enough anymore.
Yeah. Well, I've already said that, right? Yeah. And so that's why I'm leaving. Like, I might start with the job there.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not planning. Once I get there, that's not the plan.
It's the stepping stone to what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for a long time, I haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
But I said this year, I'm going to make a living from writing. I'm going to be really good at this and grow my business because I will do a really good job for other people. And other clients will see value in it, and you can't beat word of mouth.
No.
So you have to do a good job that encourages other people to compliment you to others.
Yes.
And when you do that, you can't help but grow.
Yeah, and that's what's been happening this year for me, and for you, it sounds like as well. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yes, it's always a risk, right? But the thing is, we live in Calgary, one of the best places in the history of the world. Failure is not really failure.
Yeah.
You'll land on your feet somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this. I have a much better attitude towards failure. If somebody else doesn't like it, that doesn't mean I don't have to take that on board.
No.
I just go, these 3 things need to be fixed. I fixed them, and then the next step, I'm better.
Yeah, exactly.
So if that means I'm temporarily employed somewhere else, big deal. I know what I want, and I know how to get there, and I'm going to produce the product and the value that other people want.
Yes. And you're still helping others.
Still, you almost can't avoid that.
No, you actually you can't. You can't, because writing, the biggest lie a writer tells himself is their job is solitary. It really isn't. I mean, there are points where it feels that way for sure. But okay,
you're alone, but you're not lonely.
No, right. Well, I feel like it's more like you're lonely sometimes, but you're not really alone, right? Right.
Oh, right now the writing projects I'm doing, there are 2 to 3 other personas in the process with me that I'm thinking about along the way, and it's very rarely I need to get this done for me.
Yeah. But which is where you're at. I'm at. I got, like, for me, this novel coming out is about me. Mm-hmm. So me proving the world, hey, listen, yes, I'm a good podcaster. Yes, I love doing interviews. But don't forget, I'm damn good at what I do.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
And there are too many people that forget that.
Yes.
And I'll take that on board. I forgot that I avoided understanding that I was good at it for a long time. But after a couple of people came to me and said, we need you for this, and I did a very good job, and they gave me excellent feedback. Then I took it on board and started running with it.
Yeah. And are you happier?
Oh, I'm so much happier. I love doing it. It's just I get to make a magic world with words.
Yeah, that's right.
And this magic world is an amazing place just to think about, and there's so much complexity in it that just brings me alive.
Yeah, it's fun to create. It really is.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to ask this: of all the stuff you've done, what's been your favorite so far? That's been out. It's out there. May not be what you're working on right now. If somebody can find like an ad or an ad, a copy edit, right? Like what is something like Jonathan Himann is proud of? Like if I'm going to look at your work.
I loved doing the editing on some municipal reports. I got a chance to edit some reports for some of the smaller municipalities in Alberta. And I loved going through them and going, all right, this part needs to be better, and we need to streamline the thesis here and put these ideas throughout it, just making it much more smoother, easier read that people can easily see value in because there's nothing stopping them from understanding.
Yep.
Removing barriers from it. And I think that that's a great metaphor for what I like doing. I like creating copy that people can immerse themselves in and understand quickly.
Yes.
And whether or not that's a book, like a novel, a report, or just copy on a website, all of them really sort of require the same skills. Same skills as in choosing the important keywords. So your thesis is this, so your keywords come from your thesis. Or Google likes these words, so you choose these words for the copy. Or in the novel, this is your main idea, and you've got to make the action flow. So you make the action flow by doing this. So what's your main purpose? How do you execute that? And that almost logical version of it.
So you love the plot problem solving.
Oh,
because that seems to be the common thread in all of this.
Oh, totally. Plot problem solving. I love the problem solving aspect.
Yeah.
We need this. Get it to us. How much time do you have? Can you get it to us in 24 hours? Done.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And like, do you like the excellent thing like Mr. Burns does? Because it's just a kind of, there's kind of one of those.
No, I just smile and I'm confident at the end.
And which that's good.
Because I know I did a good job. The biggest issue is editing. Because I think I did a good job. But you always have to have
someone look you over.
Someone look you over because you're a little biased.
A little like forest from trees. This is all a tree, right? No, you're in the forest.
So I have backup software that I run things through, and then of course The person who hired me looks at it, but hopefully there's a couple more stages in the middle. Those
Okay.
2 stages depend on the project.
So I got two final questions for you,
Yep.
and then we get to the wonderful parts of plugging your stuff. But number one, although copywriting, like as you're talking about, is
Yep.
not necessarily the road of law writers romanticize. You sound like you're enjoying it quite a bit.
yeah.
So if anyone wanted to pursue this,
Yeah.
what's the key?
To copywriting?
Yeah.
Join a Facebook group. There's thousands of copywriting Facebook groups. They are, without exception, a friendly, generous place to be. If you ask questions, they'll answer them.
Okay.
That's the number one place you want to go to learn about it. Number two, there are hundreds of websites that are free where you can go get jobs. To start, those jobs aren't going to be very high paying. If you're being paid $100 for 1,000 words, that's very high to start. But go ask questions in the Facebook group, get low-paying jobs. Through those low-paying jobs, develop a good portfolio of 3 excellent pieces of copy, of blog articles, of whatever, and then send them to everyone. It's like job hunting.
Yep.
So you get that stuff together, you get a good resume together. You're a writer. Make sure you have a good resume together. Get a portfolio online somewhere, 1, 2, 3, those 3 steps, and then go to ProBlogger and check the postings there. There's lots of people who are paying you $20 for 1,000 words, and after a couple weeks of that, you can put 1,000 words together in an hour. And then you make the decision: what is my value in my writing, and who's willing to pay for that? And then you go advertise to those people.
Absolutely.
You choose those 10 magazines or 10 websites, and you fire at them until they say yes. And just don't give up. That's all the remote stuff. If you want jobs that aren't dependent on the local economy, that's what you do. But just like everything else, your best tool for getting copywriting work is networking.
Yep.
Get a good card put together.
Yep.
People like my card because it has 2 big words on it and nothing else.
Yep.
And you leave it like that, and just go to this website, or here's my name.
Yep.
But network the hell out of yourself.
Absolutely.
Get a Twitter handle, get a website.
Instagram, yay, nay?
Instagram's good. It's hard to monetize that with writing.
Yes.
So stuff you want to show your product, so you want places where you can write.
Fair enough.
A website called writers.work has really been beneficial for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, here comes the other. I think you actually answered my second question, my first question, so
Uh-huh.
that's good. So do you think we have a good interview, Mr. Jonathan?
It's been decent.
It's been decent, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So why don't we end it on this note? How
Okay.
can people find you?
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything that's out of yours that you'd like people to proceed, just to give an example of what you do, plug it here.
My website is professionalwriting.ca.
Okay.
Go there if you want to email me, see samples of my portfolio, or ask me any questions.
Fair enough. How about your Twitter handle?
I don't have one.
You don't have Twitter yet?
No. I've been busy enough that launching other social media things has been hard. I'm on. I have my own website. I'm on writers.work, and I have WordPress and Yoast accounts, and that's a lot of work as it is.
No, I gotcha.
Just becoming familiar with those.
How about your Facebook?
Professionalwriting.ca. Just look that up.
Okay, that's fair.
And we'll be good. You go to Go to professionalwriting.ca. You'll find everything you need.
This episode of Just Joshing is sponsored by Indie Imprint. Indie Imprint supports creators by creators. Whether you are writing a book or creating a video game, Indie Imprint works with its clients to produce, edit, and present their projects to the world. For more information, check out their website at www.indieimprint.com.
And that was my conversation with Jonathan Himann. Like I said, he's available for hire anytime. Check him out. He's a good freelance writer and good dude. John, you're welcome back anytime you want, man. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. Nothing really new to report yet. Outside of this, I did my first back to school thing. I don't know if I'm going to go to college full time ever again. I probably won't. But what I was doing was getting myself ready to try some things in the spring. I took the movie prep orientation course. This is something that you have to take if you want to work on a movie set in Vancouver. It's something I kind of want to try. I'm not going to do it just yet, but it's something I'm working towards, and this was a good first step. I got more things to do, obviously, between now and when I go finally take that leap. But yeah, one of the things I decided to do is I would chase every dream I would have. And one of the ideas I've had is basically to, work on a movie set. I'd like to do it just to say, hey, I've done this little thing, and it's one of the things about BC that's really, really possible. Is there's definitely a way to get in, and there's definitely ways to work your way up. So this will be definitely an interesting experience when I really get into it. But it's one of a couple things I'm doing right now. All in all, I gotta say Vancouver has the weirdest job interviews things I've ever seen. It's a process here, not unlike anything I've ever seen anywhere else. Not that I haven't heard back from people, but it's a process. Let me tell you, it really, really is. But anyways, things are moving one step at a time. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this episode. Just joshing. Want to support the podcast? You can do so a number of different ways. You can subscribe to the podcast. I'm on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Podomatic, other players. Check me out. My YouTube channel is Joshua Pantelleresco. My books, A Watch, Restore, and Answer, Wandering God, are available at mirrorworldpublishing.com. My Twitter and Instagram is at jpantelleresco. My Redbubble is jpantelleresco.redbubble.com. If you want to buy a shirt that says Sparkle Sparkle, you can do that. Above all else, though, thanks for listening. Stay inspired, and I'll see you guys next time.
Josh.